Alright, so a little about the pet system, which is actually one of the nicest pet systems I've ever seen in any game. It actually gives you a lot of stuff that you can do with your pet in this game, which I find pretty awesome actually. Here's my pet window. Just gonna move the frames a little bit here. Of course, you can rename your pet to whatever you want. That's needed in any game. You have a few stuff here. Shows your loyalty, nourishment, training, experience of your pet, and what stats it will give you if you actually pull it out the pet. You need to feed the pet basically to keep up its loyalty, but also to make sure it's feeded, or else it will become unhappy. It has a skill system where you can put talent points in and learn it a few stuff. You know, it's pretty nice actually. So it will actually assist you in battle, and every class in this game can have a pet. It can actually craft, well, not craft, sorry, it can actually harvest for you, which is probably the most awesome system I've ever seen. You make sure you have tools, and you actually put it in here, and you choose what it needs to farm. In this case, I've put a small hoe in, small hoe, yeah, which is basically a mining pick. And since I'm not that high level, I can only harvest zinc. So I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna put it to start harvesting. And there we go. Simple as that. I can leave the pet window, and it's actually out now harvesting materials for me and the guild. As you can see, I'm gonna go in there again, and it just keeps going. Shows what you're gonna get from the products that you're actually out harvesting with your pet. Doesn't take any time at all. You can do it AFK. You just need to be online. That's it. There is actually an add-on for it that can actually make the pet do it by yourself without you having to worry too much. You can merge pets here. So basically, if you find an egg, you always find an egg, and you open it up, the egg, and it's actually a pet, which is kind of cool. So you merge it in to make it strong. So basically, you pair them together. In this case, I have a pet here, level 5. It's a dark pet, basically the elemental dark. So I need another dark pet in actually to merge together to make it strong. So that's pretty cool. Well, that's actually it about the pets. I can actually try and pull it out to show you. It will actually increase my stats a little bit. Not much, but a little bit. Because my pet is not that strong. I haven't used the pets very much other than to harvest materials. So let's pull it out here. Go. A red pincer cave crab. So for the first time you can see he's actually out. He can smell the fresh air, as he says. And he will actually help me in battle, fight for me. He will boost my hit points, my mana points and stuff like that. So that's pretty good. I haven't further investigated this pet system, but it's fairly advanced. It's not something we've seen before. It's quite nice. So you know, can probably do a lot of stuff that I do not know anything about. So that was just a little about the pet system. I'm gonna make sure to put it back on harvesting. You always have to collect the stuff before you make it harvest. There we go. Okay, the class system is actually quite nice. If you played Final Fantasy, you would know what it is. It is basically 2 classes in one, which is very nice. It gives you quite a lot of things to do, which is very cool. The thing is that right now I'm a knight, and my secondary class is a rogue, which means that I have 2 set of skills. I have knight skills here, and I have rogue skills here. Then I do have a knight class specific, which is basically your primary class, which gives you more skills, of course. But you do benefit from the stats and stuff from the rogue. As you can see, I have agility buff and something called nimble hands, which will increase my attack speed. And I can use a few skills from the rogue. But it gives you a lot of variety, and you can level different classes whenever you like, which is very good. The other thing is that that you have 2 sets of items for each class, which is very easy to switch out. You just go in here and do like this. And there we go. That's my rogue armor. It's really crappy. Haven't spent a lot of effort into getting more stuff, but it's pretty much it on those items. The cool part is that you can actually, you know, just go to your maid, so you can switch really fast to your other class. I want to switch my primary and secondary class. You choose. You want the rogue, and I want the knight as my secondary. Confirm. Boom. There we go. My rogue 42, my knight level 56. So now, you know, I have the rogue class specific skills here, and I can increase them to further boost my knight whenever I get back to him. So that's a really nice feature. It's really powerful actually, and you can combine these classes in any way you want. If you combine a knight and a priest, you'll get a paladin. This game has something called elite skills, which you get by combining these classes. Each combination you do, whether it's priest, knight, or it's knight priest, you get a complete set of elite skills that are completely different from each other. So if I have a priest and a knight, and my priest is my main class, I get a unique set of elite skills. If I then choose the knight as my primary and the priest as my secondary, I get a completely another set of elite skills that is unique. So nobody has the same elite skills other than if they have the same primary and same secondary. So that's really nice. That means there's a lot of skills in this game. There's a lot of combinations you can do, which is really cool. You can also have a third class, but you can't combine that into your, you know, daily questing or whatever you want. The third class is there if you want to play something completely different, you know. So you can have a knight, you can have a priest, and you can have a rogue, for example. So you have 3 classes that you can combine if you want, but you can only have 2 at a time. So that's pretty simple understanding. The class system is it's not that advanced. You know, there's nothing hard about it. It's straightforward, but it's cool and it works really good. And this is something that I really love about the game, because you know, you're not stuck at being a tank all day. You can go play a healer if you want, or you can go play a DPS class if you want. It's entirely up to you. You choose your 3 classes from the beginning, basically, from level 10 and up, and you can just go from there. Simple as that. So, you know, there's no day in this game that's the same. You know, do whatever you want. Play a healer, play a DPS, or play a tank if you prefer that. So, that's really good. And that's pretty much it about the class system. So, I hope you enjoy that, because I know I do. Okay, well, there's also player housing in this game, which is, well, basically your own house. And we're gonna go there now, to my house. It's nothing fancy, so, you know, don't laugh too much. Okay, here we go. I have a little stone here that will take me home to my house. Alright, so here we are in my house. It's actually very small, nothing fancy, though I do have a very hot maid here, specifically chosen for my needs, definitely. I have a little bed, some furniture. We have a little window up here in the corner. It's just basically your residence. There's quite a few things you can do in here, but you can expand your house. You can charge energy in the house, which is basically something you use to do something. I have no clue what it is, but it's something. So that I do not know anything about. The items, well, I can mark them here. You can actually see they get lighted up. I can take this chest and I can move it somewhere else. But we're just going to put it there. There we go. Done. Okay, there is house types. You can actually get an elegant hotel or a luxurious 2-story wooden house with barn or whatever. That's also very nice. Apparently, the bigger house you have, the better stats and stuff you get. The housekeepers, you can actually make them fight for you. I have no clue how, but you can. You can hire housekeepers if you want. Like here. Let's see. Hire. See, I can choose between different people and they have different stats. They have different birthdays, call different things. So, you know, all kinds of weird stuff with that. You have resident friends, so you can visit each other in each other's houses. Apparently, if you log out in your house, you also get rested XP and stuff like that. And the better your house is and the more furniture you have, the more rested XP you will get. But there is also crafting bonuses and TP bonuses and XP bonuses and stuff like that, depending on your house. So that's really cool. In your house, you can also do a few things. You can put a password on your house so nobody can get in other than your friends, of course. You have a bank box. You can change your class in here. We're going to get to that part. And, well, that's pretty much what I know, at least, about the housing. It's kind of cool. It's something we've missed in a lot of other games, and it's actually implemented in this game, which is kind of cool. So, that's it about the housing.